So what did you make of this incident? Who do you think is in the wrong?
Well, I mean, I think there's a couple of things going on. I mean, the first is obviously the attitude of the tour group who kind of took that kind of CCP authoritarian view and kind of more or less transplanted it into another country, full scale. That was one thing. But I think the bigger thing that drew my attention was really the response of the authorities, the British police in particular, and also the way the CCP people weaponized the racism charge. So to me, that the response of the police and the way the CCP narrated it very much sort of showed you how central the what John McWhorter calls the religion of anti-racism, the fact this is such a sacred taboo in Western societies, means it's something that Chinese communists can weaponize, and it's also something that the police will run scared of. And I think that's really what came out of it for me.
Do you think there was any provocation from Brendan Kavanagh, as some on social media have claimed?
I think no, because I think Brendan was really standing for a broader principle, which is our freedoms, that we have the right to film, to speak, whatever. People have the right to ask not to be filmed, but they don't have a right to be obeyed. And if someone decides that they're going to keep filming, then you've just got to accept that, because their freedom comes first over your sensitivities. And I think that's really the point, that it's about defense of all of our personal freedoms and right to exercise our personal freedoms in a modern Western society.
Why do you think the police seem to have taken the side of the Chinese group?
Well, I think what you see is a kind of confluence of CCP authoritarianism and the kind of progressive illiberalism, which says that people being offended, various kinds of sensitivities are more important than freedom of speech. It's a question of which do you value more. And what I think in the case of the police is that the kind of value system that they had internalized is the progressive illiberal one, which places sensitivity or even the potential sensitivity of the most sensitive possible person in society. That's more important than your right to express yourself. On the CCP side, I think it's more just that the state authority and what it wants is more important than your right to express yourself. I think both are forms of authoritarianism. One comes from the state, and the other, in the British case, I think comes from a progressive ideology, which I would call woke, and I think that's an accurate term, which permeates institutions, is driven by activists within institutions.